Hey y'all. So yesterday I was feeling real convicted about a lot of stuff. Just my ways as a Christian woman. And today, I'm feeling grateful. Even yesterday I was feeling grateful about being convicted about some things because I don't know, I'd rather my feelings be a little hurt and I have the opportunity to change than to be, knocking on heaven's gates like, Lord, let me in. And he looked at me like, go away from me, I don't know you. Because even people who preach the gospel, they're going to be judged. So I'd rather be convicted now than later. And this morning I'm feeling real good. I feel lighter. I feel lighter. Yesterday I felt like, and I still feel like that, but I was so shaken up in my body that something fell, and I looked like I jumped because it was like just scary. I just felt scared, and it's not like a fear of the world, like fear of spiders, fear of the devil. It's none of that nonsense. It's fear of the Lord. Like that type of fear, you can't cling on to. Like I couldn't go on TikTok and just get it out of my mind. I couldn't go eat and just get it out of my mind. No, I had to sit. You gotta sit in that. Like the fear of the Lord is different, and I don't think I ever felt it how I felt it yesterday. I literally felt like I already felt like he was in a room with me, but I felt like he was gonna come physically, like ooh, that feeling right there, baby. That feeling right there, I still feel it. I'm not as like shaken up, it's settled a bit, but oh baby, it's still there. It's still there, don't get it twisted. But Father God, thank you so much for convicting us, because there was a certain point in my life where I didn't care. I didn't think about it. I didn't care to think about it. It just wasn't on my mind. I was just so disconnected from the Bible. But now that I know I fear you, Lord. I know I fear you. And if you don't feel that way, Lord, please show me so I can get right. Father, I ask that your word, it resonates deeply in my spirit, and I ask that it I don't know, I'm ready to receive whatever it is that you have for me. In Jesus' mighty name I pray, amen. So right now we'll be reading 26 through 30. And I'm trying to show y'all, but let me see. Let me try to do a little bit. Un poquito. I feel like the lighting is a little different today, but it's okay. Chapter 26, the tabernacle. Excuse me. So the Lord is telling them, I really was a little bit confused, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, so they're making a sanctuary for the Lord. Okay. Okay, so the Lord is being very specific on what he wants out of Israel, what he wants them to do. So it says, moreover, you shall take the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen. I'm noticing he likes fine twined linen. And so I'm doing research right now. Matter of fact, after this, I need to watch a documentary about linen. Ooh, okay. Let me scoot back. I'm too busy trying to get this heater. I don't like that. Oh, great. Okay. Oh, Lordy. Too busy trying to be warm. Okay. So, yeah. Yesterday, he was talking about linen, too. Yeah, fine twined linen. He wants the best of the best. Okay. Fine twined linen and blue and purple and scarlet yarns. You shall make them with cherubim skillfully worked into them. The length of each curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of each curtain, 4 cubits. I messed up in the eye. All the curtains shall be the same size. 5 curtains shall be coupled to one another, and the other 5 curtains shall be coupled to one another. And you shall make loops of blue on the edge of the outermost curtain in the first set. Likewise, you shall make loops of the edge. You shall make loops on the edge of the outermost curtain in the second set. 50 loops you shall make on the one curtain, and 50 loops you shall make on the edge of the curtain that is in the second set. The loops shall be opposite one another. And you shall make 50 clasps of gold, and couple the curtains one to another, one to the other with the clasps, so that the tabernacle may be a single hole. You shall also take curtains of goat's hair for a tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains shall you make. The length of each curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth of each curtain shall be 4 cubits. The 11 curtains shall be the same size. You shall couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves. And the 6th curtain you shall double over the front of the tent. You shall make 50 loops on the edge of the curtains that is in the outermost in one set, and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is in the outermost in the second set. You shall make 50 clasps of bronze and put the clasps into loops, and couple the tent together that it may be a single whole. In the part that remains of the curtains of the tent, the half curtain that remains shall hang over the back of the tabernacle, and the extra that remains in the length of the curtains, the cubit on the one side and the cubit on the other side, shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle, on this side and that side, to cover it. And you shall make for a tent a covering of 10 ram skins and a covering of goat skins on top. You shall make upright frames for the tabernacle of acacia wood. 10 cubits shall be the length of a frame, and a cubit and a half the breadth of each frame. There shall be 2 tenons in each frame for fitting together. So shall you do for all the frames of the tabernacle. You shall make it's kind of difficult to read this because I don't really know what a tabernacle is. I honestly don't know what any of this is. I'm just being completely honest. But we're gonna get through it. Or I can just Google what it is, right? Thank God for phones. Let's see what a tabernacle is. Tabernacle. It's let me see a picture. Oh. Okay. Okay, I see. It's a movable habitation, typically of light construction, a meeting for worship, so a sanctuary. Okay. Okay, let's put things into perspective. One thing about the Lord, he's going to be very specific about what he wants for his sanctuary. You shall make the frames for the tabernacle, 20 frames for the south side, and 40 bases of silver. You shall make under the 20 frames 2 bases under one frame for its 2 tenons, and 2 bases under the next frame for its 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle, on the north side, 20 frames, and there are 40 bases of silver, 2 bases under one frame and 2 bases under the next frame. And for the rear of the tabernacle westward, you shall make 6 frames, and you shall make 2 frames for corners of the tabernacle in the rear. They shall be separate beneath, but joined at the top at the first ring. You know what? I would be so afraid because I would be like, Lord, what if I do this wrong? Like, what if I'm doing something wrong? I would automatically assume like I'm doing something wrong, because these instructions are so clear that I don't know about y'all, but like for clear, super clear instructions, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's like contradictory because it's like the instructions are so clear. Why can't you get it? But me, I'm the type. This is what it is. If I read a recipe book, I'm like skimming through. I'm getting better at it. Don't get me wrong. I'm kind of skimming through. You know, it's like, okay, put this in the oven, but it tells you the specific instructions, and I just read the put this in the oven part. Anyway, with this, you have to be on it. Okay. Okay, so line 22. I believe right, line 22. Let's just do 20. And for the second side of the tabernacle, on the north side, 20 frames, and there are 40 bases of silver, 2 bases under one frame and 2 bases under the next frame. And for the rear of the tabernacle westward, you shall make 6 frames, sorry. And you shall make 2 frames, 4 corners of the tabernacle in the rear. They shall be separate beneath, but joined at the top at the first ring. Thus shall it be with both of them. They shall form the 2 corners. And there shall be 8 frames. And with their bases of silver, 16 bases, 2 bases under one frame, and 2 bases under another frame. You shall make bars of acacia wood, 5 of the frames of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the frames of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the frames of the side of the tabernacle at the rear westward. The middle bar halfway up the frames shall run from end to end. Thus shall overlay the frames with gold, and shall make their rings of gold for holders for the bars, and you shall overlay the bars with gold. Then you shall erect the tabernacle according to the plan for it that you were shown on the mountain. And you shall make a veil of blue and purple scarlet yarns and fine twined linen. It shall be made with cherubim skillfully worked on it, and you shall hang on 4 pillars of acacia overlaid with gold, with hooks of gold on 4 bases of silver. You shall hang the veil from the clasps, and bring the ark of the testimony in there within the veil. So I wonder what testimony is in this particular scripture. And the veil shall separate for you the holy place from the most holy. You shall put the mercy seat on the ark of the testimony in the most holy place, and you shall set the table outside the veil, and the lampstand on the south side of the tabernacle outside the table, or opposite side of the table. And you shall put the table on the north side. You shall make a screen for the entrance of the tent of blue and purple scarlet and yarns and fine twined linen, embroidered with needlework. And you shall make for the screen. You shall make for the screen 5 pillars of acacia, and overlay them with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold, and you shall cast 5 bases of bronze for them. So chapter 27. The bronze altar. You shall make the altar of acacia wood 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad. The altar shall be square, and its height shall be 3 cubits. You shall make horns for it on its 4 corners. Its horn shall be one piece with it, and you shall overlay it with bronze. And you shall make pots for it to receive its ashes, and shovels and basins, and forks and fire pans. You shall make all its utensils of bronze. You shall also make for it a grating, a network of bronze, and on the net you shall make 4 bronze rings at its 4 corners. And you shall set it under the ledge of the altar, so that the net extends halfway down the altar. You shall make poles for the altar, poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with bronze. And the poles shall be put through the rings, so that the poles on the two sides of the altar were when it was carried. You shall make it hollow with boards, as it has been shown you on the mountain, so it shall be made. The court of the tabernacle. You shall make the court of the tabernacle. On the south side, the court shall have hangings of fine twined linen, 100 cubits long from one side. Its 20 pillars and 20 bases shall be of bronze, but the hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. And likewise for its length, on the north side there shall be hangings of 100 cubits long, its pillars 20, and their bases 20, of bronze. But the hooks of pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. And the breadth of the court on the west side, there shall be hangings of 50 cubits, with 10 pillars and 10 bases. The breadth of court on the front to the east shall be 50 cubits. The hangings for the one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits, with their 3 pillars and 3 bases. On the other side, the hangings shall be 15 cubits, with their 3 cubits and 3 bases. For the gate of the court there shall be a screen, 20 cubits, of blue and purple and scarlet yarns and fine twined linen, embroidered with needlework. It shall have 4 pillars, and with them 4 bases. All the pillars around the court shall be filleted with silver. I don't know if fillet is the right word. And the hooks shall be of silver and bases of bronze. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, the breadth 50, and the height 50 cubits, with hangings of fine twined linen and bases of bronze. All the utensils of the tabernacle for every use, and all its pegs, and all the pegs of the court shall be of bronze. Oil for the lamp. You shall command the people of Israel that they bring to you pure beaten olive oil for the light, that a lamp may regularly be set up to burn. In the tent of meeting, outside the veil that is before the testimony, Aaron and his sons shall tend it from evening to morning before the Lord. It shall be a statute forever to be observed throughout their generations by the people of Israel. Chapter 28. My back. The priest's garments. Then bring near to you Aaron your brother, and his sons with him, for among the people of Israel to serve me as a priest. Aaron and Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. You shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother, for glory and for beauty. You shall speak to all the skillful whom I have filled with the spirit of skill. Oh, man. That they make Aaron's garment to consecrate him for my priesthood. These are the garments that they shall make: a breastpiece, an ephod, a robe, a coat for checker work, a turban, and a sash. They shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother and his sons to serve me as priests. They shall receive gold, blue and purple and scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen. And they shall make an ephod of gold, of blue and purple and scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen, skillfully worked. It shall have 2 shoulder pieces attached to its 2 edges, so that it may be joined together. And the skillfully woven band on it shall be made like it, and be of one piece with it, of gold, blue and purple, and scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen. You shall take 2 onyx stones, and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel, 6 of their names on one stone, and the names of the remaining 6 on another stone, in the order of their birth. As a jeweler engraves signets, so shall you engrave the stones with the names of the sons of Israel. You shall enclose them in settings of gold filigree, and you shall set the 2 stones of the shoulder pieces of the ephod as stones of remembrance for the sons of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names for the Lord on his 2 shoulders for remembrance. You shall make settings of gold filigree and 2 chains of pure gold twisted like cords, and you shall attach corded chains to the settings. You shall make a breastplate. You shall make a breastpiece of judgment in skilled work in the style of the ephod. You shall make it of gold, blue and purple, and scarlet yarns and fine twined linen. You shall make it. It shall be square and double the span, its length, and its span its breadth. You shall set in it 4 rows of stones, a row of sardius, topaz, which is the identity of some of these stones, is certain. Okay. And carbuncle shall be the first row, and the second row of emerald and sapphire and a diamond. So this is what people be talking about when they swear up and down the Lord was using stones for like how we use them today for witchcraft purposes. But to me it looks like this is for the style of it, not for magic. Where's my pen? Oh lordy, child. Let me start this